the shredder. But however, I could never take a step back for my pleasure. Change the weather, Ruger 5.7 on my dresser. Clip full with a lot of pressure. I forget that I made a special. I don't care, so I don't remember. Hitting treasures in my lecture. New texture, but the same message. Think rich, no think better. Chevy boy, I don't need a Porsche. Bucket clean and I feed the horse. Pull up on me, lose a bitch, ain't nothing to me. Ben Simmons, they ain't fucking with me. Take sides, you was set hopping. Heat on, you was flip flopping. On the come up, then he start watching. We open doors like fuck knocking. Yeah, she see it and then don't believe it. Spit fire in my heart anemic. Make a choice, get in the van. Taking ground and become a man. You pussy, I'm straightforward. Take orders, give orders, bend corners, set orders. Niggas fold like rich quarter. Lifelong, but my tip shorter. Only for the bullshit though. Counterfeit niggas that be full of it though. I don't really hear what you into, nigga. We don't really care what you been through, nigga. I offend you, nigga. Sharp like a whip left turn in the venue, nigga. Cut right through it like a chinsu, nigga. If I say that, I mean it. And know I'm the meanest and one of the cleanest. I put it together and break it in pieces. I got plenty of time, I got plenty of ideas. You wouldn't believe it. I roll with the lions, you run with hyenas. I'm David inside of a killer marina. For all of my people, I'm giving you all of the smoke. Stop saying the stuff that you won't really want to live up to. Live by code, yeah, we stand up too. Say you get money, put bread up too. Saying you done, we fed up too. Fed up too in the league of my own. Just leave me alone. They gon' keep talking about me. I just keep going and going and going. And it's what you're showing. And I'ma keep growing and growing and rocking and rolling and take over low. And I hold the position in any condition, completing the mission. Paying attention, I got a connection to sit in the section. Yeah, I changed. 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 You know I changed. You know I changed. You know I changed. You know I changed. Yeah, I changed. Yeah, I changed.
All right, Shalom Israel. Shalom Yahweh Shem Yahushua. Bragatham to the brothers. And Shalom Yahweh Shema Thah Shem Yahushua to the sisters. All right. It's the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge. Start out at 1 West 125th Street Hall, New York, on the Commanding Journey Yohana. And since 1969, we've been bringing out the truth. Now, what is that truth? That truth is that the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians descend from the greatest people to walk this earth. All right, and that great people is God's chosen people. You can read about how God had a chosen people in Deuteronomy 7:6, 2nd Esdras chapter 6, verse 54, and read on down. You understand? God had a chosen people. You know, he did not love everybody on this earth. He loves you, black man, Hispanic man and woman. In this time that we wake up out the sleep that we are in and stop living in our wicked ways and, you know, going about how we want to live. You understand? Like, we got to realize that there is a God in this world. You understand? And that true God is the God of this Bible, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, who is our forefathers. You understand? So God has a chosen people, and his chosen people are the 12 tribes of Israel. You understand? When you go into the book of Romans, chapter 15, verse 4, it says, "For whatsoever things were written aforetime were written for our learning, that we, through patience and comfort of the scriptures, might have hope." You understand? So the things that are written in the past, our history, is written for our learning. Today in society, they don't want us to continue on learning about our slave history. You understand? They don't want us to know too much about our history. They keep a lot of our history away from us. And they know who we are. We are not just called blacks, spics, and any byword that they do call us. That is not who we just, you know, that's not who we really are. You know, our true identity is that we are the real Jews. You understand? The people that call themselves Jewish today, they are not the real Jews. It's even in the name that they call themselves, Jewish. You understand? Because they are not the real Jews. That ISH is a suffix, meaning, what does a suffix mean? Meaning pertaining to or want to be. You understand? Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, so called, they are the real Jews. All right. And that is all documented throughout the Bible. You understand? How black prophets and black angels is all throughout the Bible. But getting back to the scripture, it says, "For whatsoever things were written aforetime were written for our learning." And we need to go back into this Bible. We need to go back into this Bible and learn how to be that great nation that we was before. We need to learn how to be that great man. We need to learn how to be, that great woman that we seek out to be. Because when we go about it our own ways, we end up having to fight a personal war alone. Last week I went into a breakdown about how this truth is here, so you're not alone, which is a very powerful breakdown because a lot of people feel like they don't have no solution out here with what we have been given as a nation of people. Our communities are destroyed. So, you know, the next thing that we automatically think of doing is surviving. It's the next instinct, what I'm saying, to survive with the condition, the hell condition that we are in as a nation of people. And that has resulted us into selling drugs, prostitution, murder, what I'm saying? All because we desire to have wealth. And, us being hooked on drugs is because we don't know how to, seek out help. We don't know how to ask people for help. We have been taught to be selfish and think that we know it all. We have been taught to be lawless. And when you go back into our records, our history, you will know that, you wasn't being a brother, you wasn't being a sister if you wasn't seeking counsel or consulting, with a priest about your problems or consulting with a brother about your problems. You understand? That's what Christ has been teaching us throughout the New Testament. Brotherhood, sisterhood, you know what I'm saying? We're supposed to be here for each other. Today, we have an evil eye towards one another. We don't want to go ahead and help each other out. We feel that being that my pockets is low, I'm going to make sure I get my pockets up before I even think about helping anybody out. And as a nation of people, that's why we are destroyed, because we're not thinking about the person, our brother, our neighbor right next to us. We're not thinking about that. We're not thinking about paying our tithes. You understand? Because why? Why don't we think of paying our tithes? Because the Christian church has destroyed or botched that part of our culture. You understand? Throughout the years and generations, they have been robbing us. You understand? And black people, we not stupid. Like, at the end of the day, we know when somebody's playing us, and we know that Christian church is playing us. You understand? At least the the ones who's a bit conscious. The ones who understand that the Christian church is nothing but some thieves. You understand? They've been robbing us. They have destroyed that idea of even paying 10% to anybody, because for generations we've seen pastors rolling around in Rolls Royces and Phantoms and having big houses, and that's $1 million purchases. You know what I'm saying? Why isn't that money going into the community? Where are these black schools, and where are all these things that's going on? Where are all these things that's going to help us as a nation of people? Why are they not flooded into our neighborhood? It seems like the tide is going straight into the pastor's pockets. You understand? But in our culture, man, our real culture, without Christianity, We pay those tithes, man. Those tithes is for us as a whole nation of people. Those tithes is for us. We help one another, you know what I'm saying? And we help each other pay our bills, and that's how we get up ahead in our oppression. We got to be there for one another. You understand? So, for whatsoever things were written aforetime were written for our learning, that we, through patience and comfort of the scriptures, might have hope. So, through patience and comfort of the scriptures, having this understanding of the Most High, it gives you comfort in your oppression that you are going through. You have an understanding of what you have an understanding of the condition that you are in as a nation of people and as a person. You got to understand that your people are at the bottom right now, and the ones who don't understand that are the ones who's delusional, the ones who just think it for themselves. You know, the ones that has too much pride, and that's why I named this, this breakdown, this breakdown. Show meekness. Show your meekness, meaning be humble. Meekness means to be humble, be disciplined. You understand? Be disciplined, because that's who the Lord is looking for. That's who the Lord is going to teach, and that's who the Lord is going to direct their path. You understand? So make sure you come into the Isupk. When you come into class, you know what I'm saying? Come learn about your history, black man, black sister. Come learn about your history. You know what I'm saying? Your history is all throughout this Bible, and it's a lot to be taught. It's a lot to be, it's a lot to learn. At the end of the day, it's a lot for you to try and understand, and there's a lot of questions you have. You know, when we ask people if they have any questions, they get scared to ask them, but ask your questions, because this truth is for you. All right, this truth is for you. This truth is for you to pass it along to your brothers, your sisters, your friends out there. You know what I'm saying? And wake your people up. Because at the end of the day, we are all we got. You understand? So we are all we have right now in this oppression, in this hell that we are in. So let's go ahead and get to the book of Zephaniah. We go to the book of Zephaniah. Zephaniah chapter 2. Pages stuck together. Zephaniah chapter 2. And we're going to start at verse 1. All right, and it says, gather yourselves together, yea, gather together, O nation, not desire. So this is what the Lord requires of us. The Lord is requiring of us, blacks, Hispanics, and indigenous people, to gather together. You understand? He wants us to gather together because we share the same slavery, we share the same oppression, and we share the same enemy. Our oppressor does not want us to get along, and our oppressor does not want us to come back together. Like I said, our oppressor knows who we are. You understand? The ones who are in control over this empire knows who's in their empire. They know who they are oppressing, and they have our records in those archives, and they keep our records hidden in a way in these little chambers. They know exactly who we are. You understand? We are God's chosen people. And the way that they stay in power is by, one, Christianity, two, destroying us with our own wisdom, with our own Bible. They destroy us with it. And three, How do they destroy us with using those two things? They are telling us to be okay with sinning. They are convincing, they are seducing us with a lot of sinful nature, a lot of that Christianity spirit, you understand, which is very wicked. It's a powerful witchcraft that's on us as a nation of people. And what is doing is a curse to us as a nation of people. It has us murdering, being whores, being prostitutes, being drug addicts, alcoholics, and it has us destroyed from the lack of knowledge. You understand? When all of it is right here in this Bible, you just have to go to the real prophets of God, the ones who really fear and obey the Most High God, Yahweh. And that's the brothers in the Isupk. We are going to teach you the truth, the real doctrine, God's doctrine, according to his knowledge, to his word. You understand? And we are going to let you know the truth behind these scriptures, the truth behind everything that's being broken down, what Christ taught Paul and his other apostles. We are letting you know the truth behind it. The Christianity has been destroying us for generations, and it's been keeping us separate. And it's also been having us to be just a nation, just with no counsel. Like, we don't care about consulting with anybody about our problems. And if we do consult with somebody about our problems, we go to another sinner. We go to somebody that we can relate with in our sin. So that's why the Isupk is really going against anybody. No matter if you're the Christian church, anybody that goes against the truth in this Bible. All right. It says, gather yourselves together. Yea, gather together, O nation not desired. Verse 2. Before the decree bring forth. Now, a decree is an order from a king or somebody in a high authority. So before the decree bring forth, before the day pass as the shaft, before the fierce anger of the Lord Yahweh come upon you, before the day of the Lord's anger come upon you. So the Lord is telling us you need to gather together before the Lord destroys this empire, before he destroys these nations and these kingdoms. He wants us to gather together right now. You understand? Gather together. And in the midst of us, there's going to be a lot of wicked people. There's going to be a lot of evil doings in the midst of us. But we are going to be keeping his laws. We are going to be the meek. We are going to be the ones that's patient. We are going to be the ones that's showing true love, to our neighbors. We are going to be the ones showing the spirit, that Holy Spirit. You understand? We are going to be the ones that are going to be, at the end of the day, gather together, and Lord Allah, we are going to be the ones that's on them chariots. It says, before the decree bring forth, before the day pass as the shaft, before the fierce anger of the Lord come upon you, before the day of the Lord's anger come upon you. Verse 3, seek ye the Lord, all you meek of the earth, which have wrought his judgment. Seek righteousness, seek meekness. It may be ye shall be hid in the day of the Lord's anger. This is exactly what I just said. You are going to be the ones that's going to be hid before all these nations get burnt. You understand? Before all these nations get burnt to the ground. You understand? Before that happens, the Lord is telling you to gather together so you could be hid, so you don't have to go through the judgment that's going to come on, these nations, that fierce judgment from the Lord, that anger from the Lord. You ain't gonna have to go through it. All you have to do, is come into class, ask your questions, and keep God's commandments. You know what I'm saying? Show some discipline. Study to show thyself approved. You understand? Learn how to be a brother, learn how to be a husband, and learn how to be a father. Learn how to be a woman, learn how to be a wife, and learn how to be a mother. These are the things that we have to reteach our people. You understand? We have thrown away the judgments and the statutes of the Most High. And that's why we are destroyed as a nation of people. You understand? We have thrown them away, our laws away. And what we do, we went and followed other nations' cultures. We adopted other nations' gods. And you know what I'm saying? And that's why we are in the situation that we are in today as a nation of people. That's why we are so destroyed. That's why we can't even get along with our own brothers and sisters. You understand? We out here marrying outside of our race, which is an abomination. Like it's, that you don't want to go ahead and just defile yourself by doing that. You know what I mean? Like you want to go ahead and you want to honor your forefathers, by staying within your people, staying within your race, staying within your nation, marrying within your tribes. You understand? We need to gather together before the Lord burn this place to the ground, man. Before the Lord sends Christ back and them angels to destroy everything around us. America is going to fall. You understand? Britain is going to fall. You understand? All them countries in Europe and whatnot, they are going to fall. And right now you see it already starting. You see how these nations is going against each other. You see how these kingdoms are about to start going against each other. You got Ukraine and Russia going against each other right now. You can see it all happening on the news. You understand the whole, the whole back and forth going on within this empire is causing a lot of animosity between races and everything. It's gonna be definitely a race war is definitely coming soon. You understand? Like it's definitely coming. I don't know when it's gonna really kick off, but it's definitely gonna come because you're gonna start to see a lot of people choose sides, which they are. Right now, a lot of people are starting to choose sides. And when there's wars, you're gonna have to choose a side when there's a war. It ain't gonna be no more equal. It ain't gonna be no more equality. You understand? That's why the Lord wants us to gather together. Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, so-called that's what they so-called call us. But you come from the 12 tribes. So Israel needs to gather together. You know what I'm saying? The scattered sheep needs to gather together. God's chosen people needs to come back together. You understand? And when we come back together, we are going to be strong. We are an army, black men. We are an army. We are God's army. The Lord is a man of war. And the Christian church don't teach you this. The Lord is a man of war. So what does that make you, black man? You are a prince of the power. That's what an Israelite is. And you sisters, you are the princesses of Zion. You understand? We have a duty to do. And that job is to bring our people back together. And that's what the ISUPK is here to do. That's what the ISUPK has been doing since 1969. You understand? Right now, under Commander Jenny and Honda, we are not out here lying to our people. We are out here revealing the mystery to our people. And that mystery is that Christ is a black man. All the prophets in the Bible are black. You understand? That God's chosen people are the so-called Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Americans. You understand? We are God's chosen people. And it's time that we go ahead and get and separate ourselves from these organized crime gangs and and come into the home of the truth and learn about our culture, learn about our forefathers, learn about the victories we had in our past. I just read in Romans chapter 15, verse 4, where it just said, you know, the things that were written in the foretime were written for our learning. We need to learn these things. We need to learn these things, man, because they are not going to teach it to us. Your oppressor is not going to want to teach you, who you are, like your accomplishments, and your oppressor doesn't want you to know that. They want to keep you docile. Your oppressor wants to keep you controlled. All right. Your oppressor wants your daughters and your wives to be whores. They allow your wives to have the liberty to leave you, and they allow your wives to just to do whatever they please. And the ISUPK, we're gonna teach you to have order again in your household, and we're just teaching what the Bible teaches us. That order in the household. The man being over the household, the man being over the woman being over the kids, and the man, the woman, and the kids is all under Christ, and Christ is under the Most High God. You understand? We teaching our brothers and sisters the correct order, because this Christian Judaic country has an evil spirit, an evil witchcraft on all of our brothers and sisters, and is destroying us as a nation of people. All right, it says, gather yourselves together. Yea, gather together, O nation, not desired. We are that nation that's not desired. You understand? But we have to be the ones that's humble. We have to be the ones that understand, okay, we ain't got it, but we not about to sell our soul to have wealth, which a lot of us is doing today. Some of us don't even know that we are, because why? A long time ago, we put aside, the statutes and the judgments of the Most High. And through and from us doing that so long ago, generations have come down to the kids, and the kids have grown up to be adults, and that's what they know. They know what the oppressor has given them. They know what the oppressor knows, and it has us being such, a lawless people, a people that is looked at as nothing, as disgusting, or only for entertainment purposes, meaning that the only way we get big in this world, be recognized or acknowledged as something, is by our entertainment, our music, football, basketball, soccer, what I'm saying, baseball, and we entertain these people. That's all we are to them. All right. If we don't do any of that entertainment things, man, we not really thinking about any other way to get out of the hood. When you're in the hood, it's either if you know how to fight, you go up to be a boxer, or UFC fighter or something like that. We don't think about jobs in the construction field. We don't think about jobs out there that requires a lot of traveling and everything. We are so oppressed that we don't even want to leave the hood. We don't even want to leave the ghetto. You know what I'm saying? That's how oppressed we are. We don't think about what's out there. We probably wonder what's out there, but we feel we got everything we need already in the hood. We don't want to be too far away from our community and whatnot. And there's nothing wrong with that. I'm talking more in the sense of jobs. We don't really think outside of the jobs that's in the hood. You know what I'm saying? So it kind of leaves us, at the bottom still. And we, And the ones who do make it out, they not really coming back and teaching the brothers and the sisters how to, choose these better careers and whatnot, giving them an open mind. Why? Because it's just is there everyone out here. We are all thinking for ourselves. You understand? Slocky, I'm trying to get these words out. I hope y'all understand. I pray y'all understand. But we are just right now. We are thinking for ourselves, and that's not showing meekness. You understand? That's not showing a humble character. You're not humble if you are only just thinking for yourself. And that's just the truth right there. Because we got to be out here putting this work in on the streets. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not meaning selling drugs. I mean, go out there on the corner and let your people know that Christ was a black man, and that let your brother and your sister know that's walking by that you are God's chosen people and you are special to the Most High above all people on the face of the earth. And then you go ahead and give them a breakdown. You know what I'm saying? We got to go ahead and build up the army of Christ. So anybody in Trenton needs some counsel, understand? Like, come to the ISUPK. Throw away that pastor. Throw away the Muslim minds. Put away off all these things for generations that we have known about. And the result of those things have not helped our community. The ISUPK is here to change our community. We are not going to stop until there is a change. You understand? We are getting people off of drugs. We are getting sisters out the strip clubs. We are getting sisters off the strips. You understand? We are getting brothers off the strips. We are getting brothers out of prison. You know what I'm saying? The ISUPK is doing a lot of work under Commander Jenny and Han. You understand? It's like you bear with me, Israel. Get the juice real quick. Slocky. Alright. So gather yourselves together, O nation not desired. Like I'm saying, we are that nation that's not desired. We just known to being drug dealers, game bangers, some people that are just at the bottom and that gets abortions and get killed by the cops and get arrested a lot. It's definitely a wrong stereotype that we have when people look at us, but we are the nation that's not desired because we decided to throw away the statutes and the judgments of the Most High. Using a quick precept, it's in Deuteronomy. Quick precepts in Deuteronomy. Let's go to Deuteronomy chapter 4. Deuteronomy chapter 4, verse 5. It says, "Behold, I have taught you statutes and judgments, even as the Lord my God commanded me, that ye should do so in the land whither ye go to possess." See, the Lord taught us, the Lord gave us statutes and judgments. You understand? And today, as a nation of people, we don't have good judgment. We don't have good judgment. We're very impulsive people. We carry a very impulsive behavior. We are known to be hood rat. We are known to be the ones that just want to fight all the time, shoot up places, air out people's houses, like airing out somebody's grandma's house. Like, we don't have good judgment. You understand? Shooting a brother right in front of his daughter is not good judgment. You understand? It's just not, and it's not cool. It's not gangster. It's terrible judgment. It's a coward thing to do, if you ask me, and that's the truth. It says, "Behold, I taught you statutes and judgments, even as the Lord Yahweh my God commanded me, that ye should do so in the land whither ye go to possess." And that's the thing. The things that are written in the foretime are written for our learning. This is in Deuteronomy. So Paul is telling you to go into the Old Testament. You Christians out there, Paul is telling you to go in the Old Testament and read these scriptures. Read your history. It says, in the land that ye should do so in the land whither ye go to possess it. So we had statutes and judgments to keep in a land where we was going to possess. We possessed that land, but we did not keep the statutes and the judgments of God in that land, which has led us into the condition that we are in as a nation of people today. You understand? Verse 6. This is the scripture I really want to bring out. It says, the precept, Salaki, this is the precept that I really want to bring out. In verse 6, it says, "Keep therefore and do them." So we keep and do these scriptures, for this is your wisdom and your understanding in the sight of the nations. So we are not a nation today with wisdom and understanding. You understand? These nations do not look at us as a nation of people, not just one individual, but as a nation of people. These other nations don't look at us as a people with understanding and wisdom. They look at us as gang members. People that you gotta look out for, people that you gotta call the cops on when you're walking in their neighborhood. You understand? There's brothers out here that's just going for a jog being gunned down. You understand? Because he just looks like a black man running from something that he just did wrong. You know what I mean? Like, and you were just going for a jog in the neighborhood, but you get gunned down by what? Two Edomites driving a truck. They thought you was running from a crime that you so-called committed. You understand? We are that nation of people that's not desired. But if we keep and do God's commandments, if we keep his statutes and his judgments, you understand, we will be a holy people, a separate people. People will look at us like, yo, these people are different. These people are amazing. They're so wise and understanding. They answer the questions to everything. We are not looked at as though, as that. We're not carrying that standard, I should say. Today, when people look at us, they're looking at, a lot of our famous brothers and sisters. All right, you got a lot of famous, like a lot of Jay-Z's and a lot of famous rappers. That's who they are looking at. They are called, I believe it's called like super culture. They're looking at the ones who a lot of people in our nation look up to, which is the entertainers. You know what I mean? The ones playing football, the ones that's playing basketball and rapping and acting, and they are looking at them as the face of our people. When in all reality, you should be looking at the men under Commander General Yohana. You understand? You should be looking at Commander General Yohana as the face of your people, because Commander General Yohana is doing the work of Christ. You understand? And he's leading his nation in the correct way. And we are fighting for our people to say no to every evil thing that America is influencing you to do. Because America wants you to go against the Most High God, the God of this Bible. That's why they don't really want you to read this Bible. We are not being looked at as an intelligent people. No. And a black man is looked at as, a black man is inferior to the oppressor. You understand? We have to prove, that we are good enough to be in a job. We have to fight harder to be in different positions in our life. It's harder for us to get a job. It's harder for us to go ahead and take care of our family. It's harder for our kids to gain a better inheritance. You know what I'm saying? And because it's literally because we are that nation that's not desired. And it's all because we choose to go against the law of the Most High God. Let's go to the book of Proverbs. All right. We'll go to the book of Proverbs. Start at chapter 1. Proverbs. And make sure you brothers and sisters, are writing these precepts down in your book, your notebooks, so you can have an understanding, or so you could go into the books that I'm, precepts that I'm bringing out and read the chapters for yourself. You understand? But this is to give you an understanding of the morals you're supposed to keep as a black man and, black man and a Hispanic man and Native American man and woman. You're supposed to keep these morals at the end of the day, the morals that the Lord has given us. And that is the statutes and the judgments. You understand? The wisdom. This is Proverbs chapter 1. Proverbs chapter 1, verse 5, it says, "A wise man will hear and will increase learning, and a man of understanding shall attain unto wise counsels." And this is a form of meekness as well, because it's showing discipline. All right, it's showing that you would prefer to talk to a God-fearing man rather than just anybody out here in the world. You would rather talk to the God-fearing brothers in the Isupk rather than talking to anybody else in the world. You understand? Why? Because a wise man will hear and will increase learning, because you want to increase your understanding. You want to be a wiser person. You want to have knowledge, right? And then a man of understanding shall attain into wise counsel. So you consult your problems, right? You will consult with a brother in the ISUPK, which is a wise decision, because we understand the breakdowns of this Bible. And we're going to give you a wise counsel. We're going to give you practical knowledge. All right? We're going to give you something that you can keep with your life and live off of for your life. You know what I'm saying? Verse, where we going to? It says, "A wise man will hear." It says, "A wise man will hear. A wise man will hear and will increase the learning, and a man of understanding shall attain unto wise counsels." Verse 10, it says, "My son, if sinners entice thee, consent thou not." Right? So what we have a lot in our community is somebody always trying to entice us to do something. Whether, and it happens a lot it's starting out as a young kid, growing up, and then going into high school, it gets more serious. People start to entice you, like, "Hey, yo, man, like, you ever smoked before? You trying to smoke?" And you say, "No, I ain't trying to smoke." Like, "Yo, for real, like, it ain't even all that crazy, bro. Like, I'm just trying to smoke right now, and then I'm gonna come in the house so you can play the game." So then you chilling with him after you say no already. but you don't want to smoke. And let's say that man, he spark up the J, he spark up the blunt, and he just smoking and y'all talking, and then next thing you know, you like, man, let me get a hit. You know what I'm saying? Let me get a hit real quick. He like, yo, I thought you didn't want to smoke. You like, come on, bro, like, let me get a hit. So he pass you the blunt now. Now you look, now you sitting, now you smoking, and it didn't hit you in the beginning, but then you do it again and it hits you. You know what I'm saying? And now you caught a new habit. Now you every day you wake up, you just gotta smoke something. You gotta smoke before you go to school. Now you start to think like, dang, they getting money from this. These pot dealers getting money from this. So now you start to scheme. Like now you either robbing, you taking the weed, or now you're either gonna sell it just to smoke it, or you're gonna sell it to pay the bills for your mom. Pay the bills for your dad or your sister, whoever you're living with, your grandpa, grandma. You're gonna help out now. You know what I'm saying? And that's you being enticed to sin. You know what I'm saying? You got a lot of things going on in the hood, man. You got a lot of people saying like, yo, they want to bring you home, meaning that they want to bring you into the game. You know what I'm saying? And then, you being a man that's always trying to look for some type of brotherhood, look for some order to follow, some type of protocol, because that's our nature to follow a certain type of protocol, a certain type of order. It's in our nature to do that as men. So in our neighborhoods and in our communities, we get enticed to do it. We get enticed to go ahead and get down, and we do whatever we got to do to gain quote unquote respect, to us, street cred. We want people to honor, or we want people to fear our name when we walk through now. We want to feel like the man, but we got to go ahead and we got to put in some work. So you get enticed to do these things. You know what I mean? You start to desire it a little bit, and then but it all started with you being enticed to sin. You understand? So now you got that, you got a friend that you went to elementary school with, y'all grew up together, but he started getting distance because he had a different friend group than you. And he wasn't showing up to school no more, but you catch him at a bus stop or something, and y'all start chopping it up. You smoking with him now or whatever. So now it's just like, okay, boom. So now it's just like, hey, like you trying to get some money. That's how he talking to you. Trying to get some money. Like your shoes ain't all that. You know what I mean? Like, bro, let me help you out. You know what I mean? Let me put you on. He enticing you to sin. Like, let me put you on. Let me put you on to this lifestyle. So now you out here. Now you out here rolling with your boy that you grew up with. You know what I'm saying? And he introduced you to his crowd, his multitude of people. You know what I'm saying? And you get accepted because now you cool. You've been proving yourself, but everything that you've been doing to prove yourself has been wicked. You understand? Yeah, there's a multitude out here that is enticing our brothers to do, evil doings, and our sisters. Our sisters are in these organized crime, groups as well. You know what I'm saying? They get enticed to smuggle a lot of things across borders. You know what I'm saying? They get enticed to set up somebody in a hotel room or drug somebody. This is what's going on in our communities. So, getting back to the scripture, it says, "My son, if sinners entice thee, consent thou not." Verse 11. "If they say, come with us, let us lay wait for blood. Let us lurk privily for the innocent without cause." Right? Verse 12, let us swallow them up alive as the grave, and whole as those that go down into the pit. Verse 13, we shall find of all precious substance. We shall fill our houses with spoil. Verse 14, cast in thy lot among us. Let us all have one purse. You understand? These sinners are enticing our brothers out here to join. Come join us, man. We're gonna take this time. We're gonna take it this way though. We're gonna take it this way. We're gonna go rob some people, we're gonna rob some brothers, and we're gonna go ahead and spin the block. Like, this is what's going on in our communities. A lot of brothers and sisters are enticed to do the wrong thing, persuaded to do the wrong thing. All right, it says, my son, verse 15, it says, my son, walk not thou in the way with them, refrain thy foot from their path. The Lord is telling you, don't do it. Don't get down with them. Don't smoke with them. Don't sell drugs with them. Don't hang with them. Don't party with them. Step away from them. Like, nah, bro, I'm cool, man. I gotta go to class. You know what I'm saying? I gotta go. They ask you what class you go. I'm a brother. I'm a trooper in the ISUPK, or I'm a sister trying to get my name in the ISUPK. Like, I can't be out here chilling with y'all. You know what I mean? Or you ain't gotta really tell them much. It's like, nah, I'm cool. Like, I got my own thing going on. That ain't me. You know what I'm saying? That ain't my wave. You know what I'm saying? Like, everybody have a way of just saying no. And if you don't know how to say no here in the ISUPK, we're gonna teach you how to say no. You understand? Verse 16. I'm gonna start with this verse 15 again. It says, my son, walk not thou in the way with them, refrain thy foot from their path. Verse 16, for their feet run to evil and make haste to shed blood. I'm gonna read this again. It says, for their feet run to evil and make haste to shed blood. Now, haste means to be quick, right? To quick. And that's what's going on today, right now, in our hoods, in our community. We so quick to shed blood. We so quick to, rebel. We so quick to just spin the block and over the stupidest reasons too. Over the stupidest reasons, because we just have such, we don't have good judgment. You understand? We are so dumb that we decide to go ahead and kill another man over a woman. Now we starting a whole war because this woman couldn't keep her legs closed, or because you married a whore. You know that she was a whore. Why? Because you took her from another man. You stole her from another man, and you thought that you could make her your wife. You thought that you could make her your baby mom. You understand? So now she out here messing around with your op because she don't like how you've been treating her. This is her get back at you. So now you out here feeling violated. You go to your brother, you go to your homie, you your homeboy, pull up on that, at the spot. You saying, yo, bro, look, I'm about to go ahead and I'm about to smash on these niggas. I want to smash them. And he like, why? I'm like, yo, because she got me out here looking stupid. I can't go out like that. I can't do that. I can't be known like that. You know what I'm saying? So your homeboy now, what he gonna do? You know what I mean? You enticing him to roll with you over some stupidity. You know what I'm saying? Because why? You chose to go ahead and lay with a whore. You chose to marry a whore. You know what I'm saying? Like, so going on with my little story, you go ahead and say, all right, cool, we out. So now y'all spinning the block and y'all raising your guns out the window, not even knowing if that's the right dude or not. And you might just be killing an innocent man, but you know somebody on that block know who you looking for. You couldn't find him, so you just go ahead and shoot this dude anyway. You know what I'm saying? You just go ahead and shoot this brother anyway. It's sad. It's real sad. It's real sad what's going on, how we think these days. It's real sad because we are destroyed for the lack of knowledge, man. We are very destroyed. All right? It says, for their feet run to evil and make haste to shed blood. Man, their feet run to evil. You know, you got that crowd that loves to go to different parties, house parties, just looking for some trouble. You ever see somebody in you know, some brothers in the party and they own something, like, they not here to party, they not here to dance with girls anymore. Like, the party's not even how they used to be, where you dancing and everything. The house parties is just smoking weed, drinking, and you standing around watching girls dance. Like, it's just, the parties is not how they used to be. You know what I'm saying? It's more like yeah, I don't even know how to explain it. Yeah, I don't know how to explain it, but it's just more like everybody just linking up and just smoking, passing the blunt, and you just listen to the music, watching the girls dance. The girls be dancing. I mean, they always gonna dance. The girls know how to have fun, but the brothers, man, like, it ain't even like the parties no more. Like, everybody just coming out to just, man, like, just to just be looking to see if, you know, if any ops is coming through. You know what I mean? It's just, you know, we are being destroyed by the, you know, the lack of knowledge, man. It says, for their feet run to evil. Man. You know, people just, we so quick to just, you know, want to do something, like, we want to do something grimy. We want to do something that's going to get us rich quick. We want to go ahead and rob a club. We want to go kick down his door while his daughter there and his mom downstairs watching TV. You know what I'm saying? We don't care who's in the house. What we do is you want to go ahead and kick down the door, and, you know, and try to rob him. You know, that's why scripture says, man, surely, it says, for their feet run to evil, man. That's what they do out here in these streets. That's what we out here doing, man. We are a lawless nation. We don't have no discipline. We're not showing meekness. We're not showing these other nations that we are a people of wise or people of wise judgment and understanding, man. They are not looking at us as this people anymore. We too busy breaking each other's doors down, throwing up gang signs. You know, they call it set tripping and whatnot. We just too busy doing these things that, you know, it keeps us at the bottom. And that's why we're the nation that's not desired. Because we are doing exactly what our oppressor wants us to do. We are killing each other. Our nation as a whole is poor. And they're making money off of us. They want us to go to prison. They want us to make these type of decisions. That's what they want us to do. Like I said, this Christian Judaic empire wants us to go against the wisdom and knowledge of this Bible. They don't want us to read Proverbs and say to our brothers and sisters that we should not walk in the paths of the ones that entice you to sin. Instead, America influences the whole empire, the whole nation to sin willfully. Because why? They're passing bills, they're passing laws. These laws of abortion, which is murder in the eyes of the Lord. America is passing laws, signing off bills that you're allowed to go ahead and kill your baby. And that's a curse that's on us as a nation of people, man. Sisters, if you are having sex, 1, use protection. 2, There is birth control. You do not have to, result. You don't have to result into killing the baby. You know what I'm saying? Because you're just not ready to be a mom. And a real reality check: if you're not ready to be a mom, you shouldn't be having sex. But again, with Israel, so you still have protection. So just use protection. You understand? This is all discipline. Like this is all good sense. You know what I'm saying? Stop having this pride or this ego to where you're trying to tell yourself that it's your body, you can do whatever you want. That's not how the Lord is looking at it. The Lord created you. How are you gonna go ahead and honor yourself? You're supposed to be honoring the Lord. He made you to make babies. You understand? Like, you just gonna kill the baby? You're gonna kill the baby that the Lord is trying to form in you? That's evil, man. And that's all being allowed because the leaders in this empire, our black leaders in our communities, are supporting this, man. They are supporting this stuff. Let me get Salakia. Let me get Psalms. Let me get Psalm chapter 25, verse 9. So I'm gonna look at the book of Psalms. Alright. Psalm 25. Alright, we're gonna go to Psalm chapter 25, verse 9. And it says, the meek will he guide in judgment, and the meek will he teach his way. We're going to start at verse 8, Salakia. Verse 8, it says, good and upright is the Lord Yahweh. Therefore will he teach sinners in the way. Verse 9, the meek will he guide in judgment, and the meek will he teach his ways. So it says, the meek will he guide. So at the end of the day, be humble, black man. Be humble, sister. You understand? Stop thinking you know it all. Stop trying to go ahead and refuse the instructions of your God. Learn to be disciplined. Learn to be a woman that cares about her reputation. And vice versa for the brothers. Learn to be a man that's supposed to be in charge or leading his nation. You're supposed to be the leaders, brothers. Like, we are supposed to be the leaders in our community. All of us. Of course, under some type of order. But we are supposed to be the leaders in our community. We should be policing ourselves. Instead, we destroy each other. Why? Because we have too much pride, our egos. There'll be egos and egos colliding. And the next thing you know, we have wars. Blocks are going against blocks. Gangs going against gangs. It's just beef. It's nothing but beef and drama. And that's what you're teaching your women, and that's what you're teaching your kids. We have to understand, black men, that we are the ones that can change our environment. All we have to do is show some discipline, show some show some humble characteristics. You understand? Let's show a loving spirit instead of a spirit of nothing but just hate. You understand? We have such an evil eye towards one another, and and the result of that is being shown in our communities. A lot of candle lights, you know what I mean? A lot of candle lightings and memorials, people's faces being painted on the wall, saying R.I.P. and then a lot of names being spray painted on the walls, and just the result of that Christian church, the result of the Muslim mosque, any other religion or any other denomination, you understand, it's right in our communities. It's showing in our environment. It's the result of it. Us looking for the help of our oppressors, us voting for Democrats and us voting for Republicans, whoever you voting for. For years and for years we've been doing this. Still, look at our environment. What has it all like what has it given us? What has changed in our communities? You can't even say that the streets are changing, man. They are working and changing the streets and the highways, man. They putting a lot of money into their land. They're putting a lot of money into their communities. But look at our community. Look at our streets. You driving through Trenton, you know what I'm saying? Your car is breaking down. You know what I mean? Your car is breaking down because of all the potholes in Trenton. You driving through Philly, like Camden. You driving through Newark. You know, our city is like is showing other nations. Okay, if you are are not higher class or if you are not rich, you're going to be in these type of neighborhoods. You know what I'm saying? If you are going to be not the standard of society or on democracy or whatnot, if you're not going to own your own business, you're going to be in these neighborhoods. If you're not going to go to college and then after college and land in a good job, you're going to be in these neighborhoods. It's kind of like they're showing us at the bottom of the hill. They're keeping us in the inner cities, and it's a sad thing, man. And it's all the result of us a long time ago putting aside God's judgments and His statutes. You understand? I just read a while ago how in Deuteronomy chapter 5 through 6, it says that if we was to keep God's commandments, paraphrasing of course, if we was to keep His statutes and His judgments, you know, these other nations will, they'll praise us damn near. They be looking at us like, yo, like y'all are truly God's chosen people. They laugh at us when we say we are the real Jews. They laugh at us when we say we are God's chosen people. They laugh at us. They mock us. They say, "Oh, y'all." They say y'all niggas need to get a job. You understand? That's what they say to us out here on these streets when we just trying to lift up our people. And the crazy thing on that note, I should say, is that the majority of the ones who mock us is us. The majority of the ones who go against us is our own people. It be your own people going against you. And that's why we are destroyed. Because your own people can't even tell each other that you are special. God only loves you. Nah, see, the black man and the black woman, they don't want to hear that. We want to hear, okay, we are equal to everybody. We want to hear that. Because throughout so many years of oppression, of being at the bottom in slavery and everything, and now we have the ability to vote. We just desire to be equal, have an equal chance with our oppressor. But the Lord said, envy not thy oppressor. And we envy our oppressor so much, man. You know what I'm saying? We love our oppressor too as well. We don't want to go ahead and go against our enemies. We want to love our enemies. That's what we want to do. We want to hate the brothers in the ISUPK. We want to call them a cult. They calling us a cult because we're telling our people real love. We're showing our people real love. We're showing our people that we prefer them before any other nation on this earth. You understand? But what they do, they mock us. They mock us. They mock us because why? They don't want to hear it, and they are suffering from that witchcraft and from that Christianity. Slack you. Go back to the verse. It says, "The meek will he guide in judgment, and the meek will he teach his way." See, the ones who desire the discipline, the ones who are seeking the Lord, and the ones who are being patient, you know what I mean? The ones who's not being enticed to sin. You know what I'm saying? The ones who are being humble, the Lord is going to direct your path. You are not leaning into your own understanding. You're seeking counsel from the brothers in the ISUPK. You're going to class whenever you can. We know we have to go ahead and survive out here. We got to go to slaves. We got to go to work. You know what I'm saying? Do our 9 to 5. We got to run our own businesses. It takes time, but it's meekness. You're showing meekness when, after doing all the things you have to do in the world, you saving time for the Lord. You understand? You're studying and coming to class, and you're getting the understanding of these scriptures. That's what it's saying right here when it says, "The meek will he guide in judgment, and the meek will he teach his way." You're going to learn the Lord's way when you come to the ISUPK. You're going to learn the Lord's way when you keep raising your hand in class, or when you start to share these videos or come into these videos and drop a question in the comment. You're going to learn the Lord's ways regardless when you're dealing with a brother in the UPK, on the command and general in your home. You're going to learn the Lord's ways. All right? Bear with me, Israel. Let's go to Psalms chapter 147. Psalm chapter 147. I'm going to start at verse 2. It says, the Lord Yahweh doth build up Jerusalem. He gathereth together the outcasts of Israel. You understand? This is what the Lord is doing. This is what the Lord is doing. This is what our King was sent to do. Our King Christ. He was sent to teach us and gather us together and teach us how to gather us together after he died, after he got crucified. You understand? The Lord is gathering together the outcasts of Israel. You understand? It's time for us to go ahead and break ourselves away from the norm of what society labels us as. We got to break ourselves away from what they label us as today. And that's just a nigger, a spick, wetback, monkey, you know what I'm saying? Whatever. We got to break ourselves away from their labels and come back to our true identity. We are the real Jews, and it's time for us to own that. It's time for us to own our heritage. You understand? It's time for us to gather together. You understand? Verse 3. He healeth the broken in heart and bindeth up their wounds. And that's what the Lord does too. This wisdom and this understanding, You having this revelation, meaning that this revealing, this mystery to you. You know what I'm saying? You having the home of the truth, the ISUPK, is gonna heal your broken heart. It's gonna heal your wounds. You understand? That's what the home of the truth is here for, so that you're not alone. You understand? The Lord has sent his prophets here as his messengers because he is trying to gather his outcast of Israel. He is trying to gather his children, his wounded children. And he's trying to heal his children. You understand? Verse 5. We're going to jump to verse 5. Great is our Lord, and of great power. His understanding is infinite. You understand? Verse 6. The Lord Yahweh lifted up the meek. Salakia. The Lord Yahweh lifteth up the meek. He casteth the wicked down to the ground. So here it is again. The Lord is dealing with the meek. You understand? The Lord is only dealing with the ones who are being patient, who are being humble, who are studying, who's going to class, who's keeping his commandments, who's showing love to his people. Food drives, the prison program, clothes drives, everything. The Lord is dealing with the meek. You understand? And he casteth the wicked down to the ground. So if you love this world, if you love this society, you are going to be the ones to be casted down. But the ISUPK, the home of the truth, is here so you can change your life, so you don't have to suffer with this empire. You are here to change your ways. This is what this grace period is for. So you can learn how to really worship the Most High God, Yahweh, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. He said, great is our Lord, and of great power. His understanding is infinite. Verse 6, the Lord lifted up the meek, and he casteth the wicked down to the ground. All right? You don't want to be wicked. And being wicked, it just means that you have no regard of obeying the Most High God. And that's what everybody from that Christian church is doing. They don't have no care in following his commandments. We are a lawless nation. You understand? Us as blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, we don't care to follow the commandments of God. We got cross tattooed on us. We wear a cross chain, but we still gang, or we still on that stripper pole, or we still selling drugs, or we still murdering. You know what I'm saying? Thieving. You know what I'm saying? We don't care to follow the laws, and it's not our fault. We gotta blame our leaders. The leaders are the ones in that Christian church, the Muslim laws. They are the ones who's allowing you to be a lawless people, and that is why we are destroyed. But here in the ISUPK, we're gonna teach you to be patient. We're gonna teach you to be humble. We're gonna teach you to study, show your discipline, desire discipline, be a righteous man, be a righteous sister. Learn how to be a husband, learn how to be a brother, learn how to be a father, woman. You're going to learn how to be a woman, a wife, a mother. You know what I'm saying? You're going to learn all that here in the home of the truth. But you got to first stop thinking you know it all and just come into class. That's the first step. That's what the first thing to do when it comes to, seeking the Most High God. You got to fear the Most High God, meaning you got to be desiring to learn how to obey him in the correct manner. All right. Let me get Matthew chapter 5. Matthew chapter 5, verse 1. Matthew chapter 5, verse 1. And seeing the multitudes, he went up into a mountain. And when he was set, his disciples came unto him. Verse 2. And he opened his mouth and taught them, saying, Verse 3, blessed are the poor in spirit, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. Verse 4, blessed are they that mourn, for they shall be comforted. So notice how he's saying blessed. Notice how Christ is saying, blessed are the poor in the spirit, and blessed are they that mourn. Black men, we are the ones that's poor in spirit. We are the ones that's mourning. You understand? We are the ones that keep getting locked up, keep getting killed by cops. And we are the ones that's being shot down in the street. Our moms is crying over our bodies. We are the ones who can't seem to tell our baby moms not to kill the baby. You know what I'm saying? We are the ones who's in mourning, man. Like our people is dying all around us. This is hell on earth for us. America is not our heaven. This is not our kingdom. And this is damn sure not Christ's kingdom. The Lord is looking down upon a sinful kingdom. All right? It says, blessed are the poor in spirit, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. Verse 4, blessed are they that mourn, for they shall be comforted. Verse 5, blessed are the meek, for they shall inherit the earth. It says, blessed are the meek, for they shall inherit the earth. Once again, I say, if you're the ones who's studying to show yourself approved, if you're the ones who's desiring discipline, trying to keep the Lord's commandments, coming to class in the ISUPK, consulting with us, getting counsel, trying to examine your life, making sure you're not sinning. It says, blessed are the meek, for they shall inherit the earth. Keep on fighting, black man. Keep on fighting, sister. You will inherit the earth. You understand? Verse 6, blessed are they which do hunger and thirst after righteousness, for they shall be filled. Exactly what I just said. If you keep on thirsting, if you are thirsting and hungering after righteousness, it's going to be given to you. Especially here in the ISUPK, the home of the truth. You come into this school, your answers are going to, or your questions are going to be answered. I know brothers and sisters who said they read the Bible front to back and back to front. But when they went and had their questions, of course you're going to have questions when you read the Bible. They went to the Christian pastors, and the pastors couldn't give them a understanding answer. Like it didn't fill them. Here in the ISUPK, you're going to be filled with the correct answer. You're going to be given the truth. You're going to be given one West breakdowns. You understand? Verse 7, it says, blessed are the merciful, for they shall obtain mercy. Verse 8, blessed are the pure in heart, for they shall see God. Man. And it says, blessed are the peacemakers, for they shall be called the children of God. And that's what the UPK is here to do. We are here to be peacemakers, man. We want peace in our communities. We want our people to stop killing each other. You understand? Come in the ISUPK and wake up your nation, black man. Wake up your nation. Christ did not die so we could just be unbrotherly. Christ died. He did a very powerful act for us, man. Christ died so that we can have a chance to come back to our God, our power, to a chance to regain and have a grip on our integrity again. Christ didn't die for no reason. And we understand that here in the home of the truth. We understand that here in the ISUPK. All right. And keep on reading. Blessed are they which are persecuted for righteousness' sake, for there is the kingdom of heaven. Verse 11, blessed are ye when men shall revile you and persecute you, and shall say all manner of evil against you falsely for my sake. Rejoice. Verse 12, rejoice and be exceedingly glad. Rejoice and be exceeding glad, for great is your reward in heaven. For so persecuted they the prophets which were before you. You understand? And ISUBK, we not worried about what nobody is saying because we know what we saying is true. We're not worried about what's going to happen to us. If they want to lock us up, so be it. For us telling the truth, so be it. Our brothers is in prison too. You understand? If they want to go ahead and try and kill us, so be it. We ain't going to go without a fight, but at the end of the day, so be it. Because we know our reward. And our reward is the kingdom of heaven, man. We're going to do this because we know this is what our brother Christ died for. You understand? We're going to do this because we really obey and fear the Most High God, Yahweh. We're not worried about them calling us a cult. You understand? You know why they call us a cult? Because we don't conform to the ways of the society. That's why they call us a cult. That's why they call us a hate group. You understand? Or we're a hate group because we don't believe in murdering each other. We don't believe in abortion. So we're a hate group. We don't believe in whores. You know, we don't believe in brothers marrying whores. So we're a hate group. We're a cult by doing that. Okay, that's cool. We understand that. We understand that we just, some different people, some separate people, some holy people. You understand? And we trying to go ahead and tell our brothers and sisters that's what the Lord wants us to be. The Lord wants us to be separate from this world. Getting the precept, what I just said. The Lord wants us to be separate from this world. Let's go to 1 John. Get a precept real quick. 1 John chapter 2. 1 John chapter 2, verse 3. And it says, and hereby we do know that we know him, if we keep his commandments. Salakia, jump to verse 15. Salakia. Love not the world, neither the things that are in the world. If any man love the world, the love of the Father is not in him. Verse 16. For all that is in the world, the lust of the flesh, and the lust of the eyes, and the pride of life is not of the Father, but is of the world. Notice how it says the pride of life. They got that LGBTQ community talking about pride this and pride that. They gave them this empire gave them a pride month. The Lord is looking down upon a sinful kingdom, man. And you can't get around the scriptures where it's telling you that it's an abortion to lay with a man as you would with a woman. You can't get around these scriptures. And it's vice versa for the sisters as well. You know what I mean? Like, and the world is allowing them to do it, though. Society is allowing them to have their pride month, have their LGBTQ parades and bars and clubs. This society, meaning like this world, is the world that is not of the Father. We'll read it again. It says, for all that is in the world, the lust of the flesh, meaning that desire to go ahead and be a sexual deviant. You understand? The lust of the flesh and the lust of the eyes and the pride of life is not of the Father, but is of the world. The lust of the eyes, anything that you see, you want to do, anything what makes you feel good, you choose to have it. You understand that adultery, you breaking wedlock and everything, man, that's all of the world. That's all of the world. You understand? You desiring the wealth, you desiring to have fame and all that. That's all of the world. That is not of the Father. It says, and the pride of life is not of the Father, but is of the world. In verse 17, and the world passeth away, and the lust thereof. But he that doeth the will of God abideth forever. You understand? So if you're doing the will of God, just know and have trust and faith in the Lord that you're going to abide forever. You understand? Get another scripture. So we got to understand that 1:30. We should not be loving this world, man. We should not be loving the things of this world. And we got to start seeking counsel. We got to get into the school. And we need to go ahead and, just, confess our trauma, confess the things that's going on in our lives, man. Because, we are out here, the real reason why we out here doing drugs and everything like that, or, resulting into to sex or whatnot, is because it's more like what we do as a nation of people, we self-medicate. You know what I mean? But I'm here to let you know that the ISUPK is the solution to where you don't have to destroy your body. You don't have to destroy your mind, because of your trauma. All you have to do in the ISUPK is come build with the brothers. You know what I'm saying? We're going to go into this Bible and give you counsel. We're going to help you, go against that personal warfare that you're going against alone. We're going to help you go against it. You know what I'm saying? Together. We're going to go against that them demons together. And you're going to learn about this brotherhood in the ISUPK. You're going to learn about this brotherhood. This brotherhood, we don't leave nobody behind. You understand? We don't leave nobody behind. We don't serve no other God. We don't watch our brothers starve. You watching your brother starve, you serving another God. What is you watching your brother starve for? What is you watching your brother or your sister go through her problems or his problems alone for? You know what I'm saying? Teach your brothers and your sisters, just, get counsel. And that's what we need as a nation of people. We need counsel. We so overwhelmed because we just we're so unorganized. You understand? We're so unorganized, and we're so overwhelmed because we want to do everything on our own. We don't want nobody's help. You know what I'm saying? We're going through our personal trauma alone. We don't want nobody's help. You understand? And we just think that there's no other solution other than smoking weed or doing all this other stuff. And what it happens is, over the period of time of you continuing to do that, continue to reject counsel and continue to not open up with what's going on in your life, that trauma or them emotions, it's going to start to bottle up in your mind, right? It's going to bottle up in your mind, and it's going to have you thinking that, is this what my life is all about? You're going to feel very depleted. Like you're going to feel depressed. And, you know what I mean? Start having suicidal thoughts. Just remember this, though. This is 1 Corinthians chapter 10, verse 13. And it says, there hath no temptation taken you but such as is common to men. But God is faithful, who will not suffer you to be tempted above that ye are able, but will make the temptation also make a way to escape, that ye may be able to bear it. So the Lord is not going to tempt you with something that you can't handle. Lord ain't gonna give you something that you can't handle. All this, all these things that's going on in your life right now, there's a way to handle it. Like, bills not being paid, there's a way to handle it. Is the drama that's going on in your life? There's a way to handle it. All these things, anything that you're going through in this world right now, in society right now, all your problems. There's a way that you can handle it, and I guarantee you, the ISUPK has the solution to your problems because this Bible, which we study, which we teach, has the solutions to our nation of people's problems. You understand? So all the problems that we go through, this Bible has the solution. You understand? The Lord is not going to tempt you to anything that you can't handle. All right. Let's go to Proverbs chapter 16, verse 32. Proverbs chapter 16. Proverbs chapter 16. Let's say 32. It's Proverbs chapter 16, verse 32. And it says, "He that is slow to anger is better than the mighty, and he that ruleth his spirit than he that taketh a city." So it's saying, be slow to anger. Don't be so impulsive. You know what I mean? Like, and that's what we are in America right now, as blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans in this oppression. We're not slow to anger. You understand? We have to be patient. We are too busy, letting our emotions, control us, control our reactions. We have such an impulsive behavior. We're living off of emotion as black men. You understand? We're supposed to be an example, a role model to, the ones that's under us. And we showing them is just so out of line, man. The way we go ahead and choose to deal with our problems it's in a wrong. It's teaching our kids to go into a wrong direction. So when you go ahead and you have something going on in your life, and you have problems going on in your life, call on the ISUPK. Give the God-fearing men and the prophets a try, man. Like, call on the ISUPK. Hear what we have to say. You know what I'm saying? Like, before you go ahead and think about picking up that gun, before you go ahead and think about fighting anybody, call a brother in the ISUPK and seek counsel. Stop just leaning into your own understanding about, what you feel you need to do. You're going to end up in jail. You might end up in a hospital, or you might just end up dead. You know what I'm saying? You might end up being killed. Call the ISUPK, man. We're going to give you wise counsel, man. You understand? And with that, I'm going to end this class. You understand? I'm going to end this class. I'm going to end this class with another scripture real quick. I'm going to end this class with Deuteronomy 28:1. It says, "And it shall come to pass, if thou shalt hearken diligently unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe and to do all his commandments, which I command thee this day, that the Lord thy God, Yahweh, will set thee on high above all nations of the earth." All right. So this is the ISUPK, the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge. Start out on 1 West, 125th Street, Hall, New York, on the commanding journey of Honda. Since 1969, we've been bringing out this truth. That truth is that blacks, Hispanics, so-called, and Native American Indians are God's chosen people and descend from the greatest people that ever walked this earth. And if you are seeking counsel, if you are seeking for a location for ISUPK class, go to isupk.com and find out a location near you. And make sure you subscribe and share these videos. Share this to a video, to a brother or a sister that you know may like this, may like what we're bringing out, even if you don't. Don't hold this from your brothers. At the end of the day, we are here for our people. We prefer our people. We're not here for no other nation on this earth. If you are not black, Hispanic, or Native American, so-called, then we are not here for you. You know what I'm saying? None of these teachings are for you. All right. With that, Shalom, Israel.